All right, you guys, I'm so excited about tonight's call. So, we're actually going to start working this into our routine and doing a call like this once a quarter. And so, what we're wanting to do tonight is we're wanting to spotlight some up and coming leaders who are having success in their business. They're doing the things, they're showing up consistently, and they're going to tell you how it's working for them. Because, as much as I know you love to hop on here and listen to me talk and listen to Laura and Hannah and Macy, we know that you guys also want to hear from some other people too. And we've said it 7 ways till Sunday. So it's going to be nice to hear some of the things that are really working for people who aren't leaders the same, who aren't like up in the ranks, who are always in the spotlight, but are still having the success, are doing the things. And sometimes it just is a little bit more relatable when you get to hear it from more people. And so I'm just so excited as we get to spotlight a bunch of people tonight who've never spoken before on Zoom. So as we're getting into this, guys, I want you loud in the comments. If you've ever spoken on a Zoom or like anything like that, I want you to think about the first time you did it and you were probably scared to death. I know I was. So I want us to love on these amazing ladies as they're sharing and talking about what they've been doing to keep the like comments blowing up, show them all the love. And Laura, I'm actually going to let you kick off because I'm still trying to get my girls on. And I see you and your lovely lady friend is on here. So I'm going to let you come off mute and take over.
Yes. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. I am so excited. I'm not going to sit here and talk too long. I know, shocker, right? I want to introduce one of my favorite people in this whole like business in the world, honestly. This woman right here, you guys, I'm so stinking proud of her. And she's been with me like this whole year. And let me tell you, when somebody were to ask me like who shows up consistently, who's got grit, who's got all the things, this person right here comes to mind every time. I'm going to introduce my dear friend Sandy. And I just need to tell you guys why I asked her to speak on here, because I know we talk a lot about consistency and always showing up. But what I'm just going to briefly tell you guys, and hopefully she's okay with me saying this. While we were at Green Carpet, y'all, she wanted to come so bad, but she was having back surgery, like laid up full on, like cut her open in the hospital having back surgery and still working her business and signing distributors from the hospital. So, without further ado, I do want to introduce Sandy. If you could come unmute and just kind of just talk briefly about like what it means to like show up consistently and how you continue to do that.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Laura. I love you too. And yes, I did want it to be in Green Carpet, and I was like so upset, so sad, but health comes first, no matter what. So, yes, that Friday I had surgery. I worked the business just a little bit that day. And then the next day, that's when I started working. I was feeling better. And I was able to sign 2 distributors, even though I was in the hospital after having a surgery. I got 3 openings, and I'm still, dealing with the pain and everything, but I'm working slowly, but I am doing my shift because, listen, I need the big bonus. So I saw Ashley on the road to VIP. You just have to do the things, no matter what it takes, no matter you're frustrated, no matter you're in pain, just do it. Consistent. It's like what they always said, consistency and always doing the things, and you will see results. Planting the seeds.
Yes, I absolutely love that. So real quick, I just want to ask one quick question because Mariah, you look like you're still typing, trying to get somebody on. So I just want to say, like, how do you still show up? Because I know you've had some highs and lows, life happens. How do you show up? And what if you were to tell somebody else who's like maybe just brand new, just signed up when it was $24 and they're like, oh, I'm so busy. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. What would you tell them? Because obviously we all have hard days. And I'm not saying it works needs to be your whole life. But if you want big things, you got to make sacrifices. What would you tell them about showing up on those hard days?
You just have to remind yourself why. Why did you join the business? We did not join this business because we had money. We joined this business because we want to get money. So you have to use your time in the dot. Like you have to use your time very carefully, schedule your time. And whenever you feeling like tired or like it's just not working, it's getting hard for you, you have to look up for a motivation speech on YouTube, something that gets to you, to get to your heart, to be like, why do I need this? I need to do this. For me, it's because obviously you guys see that I cannot work physically. I used to work, my gosh, full time, overtime. I was asking for hours, other things. And then Laura showed up in the right time when my health went down, and now I'm still feel useful to my family, to myself, that I'm still able to provide for them no matter where I am at, even after having surgery the next day. Like that night I took like a lot of medicine for the pain to go away, and I'm glad I did, because the next day I was able to work my business and I was able to sign two for $24. So sometimes I am hard on myself, but I have to remind myself, and I always tell this to my kids, things happens for a reason. So maybe I haven't gone Ruby for a reason. And I'm okay. God is listening to me. Always pray to God. Always have the one prayer that gets to you soon as you wake up and before you go to sleep. And be consistent and have fun with it. Be yourself. Don't change who you are.
I love that. That is so good. Thank you so much for sharing. And you guys, I hope you just heard all the things she said about just being you and staying consistent, and everything happens at the right time in the right moment. So, Mariah, are you ready to take it back over?
Yes, ma'am. So I'm going to keep throwing it around because I saw Hannah, I saw you were able to get on. So I am so excited to hear from Hannah and her new girl. So I was like in my feels when we were logging on this Zoom, and I was writing down questions because the last time we did a spotlight Zoom, I was spotlighting Hannah. And that seems like it was a lifetime ago. She speaks regularly now, and it was just like a cool full circle moment because now she's getting to spotlight one of her girls who's killing it. And so I'm just so excited to throw you the mic because we want to hear from you and Abby.
Hey, my computer just went out, so I didn't hear a word you said. So, um, but yes, I am so excited to bring Abby to you guys. She is like less than 2 weeks in the business, and she is already killing it. I'm just so excited for all that she's gonna do, and I wanted her to share with you guys because she is just going for it. I was like, here's your things to do each day, and she just caught right on and went straight to work, and I'm just so proud of her. So Abby, can you unmute her, Mariah, because I don't know how. Okay, Abby, why don't you come on over and just introduce yourself and tell us how long you've been in the business and a little bit why you joined.
Hey, so yeah, I'm Abby. Can y'all hear me? I hope so. Okay.
Yes.
If I'm talking a little quiet, it's because everybody in the house is asleep except me. But so I joined, I think like a little over a week ago, and I have already got my 4 in, and Hannah has been super awesome. She's been able to and she just puts up with me, and I love it because I text her probably every other second about what do I do with this or what do I do with that and how do I share this and how do I share that. But she's been super great, and I honestly could not have done it, even though it's only been a little over a week. I wouldn't have been able to get this far without her because she's directed me every single step of the way and supported me. So the support is what goes a long way with me.
I love that. Thank you so much. And honestly, guys, we want you to message us. Like, we can't message you 500 times a day, so you have to message us 500 times a day because that's what's going to keep you learning and get you to see those results is asking questions. And Abby, just tell us a little bit of why you joined. What made you want to join the business?
So my husband works full time and a bunch of overtime, and I became a stay-at-home mom 5 years ago now. So we've just, well, I'm just gonna put it out there. We struggle. I mean, I've got two kids. We have our own separate farm business, and then he works full time at Freightliner and overtime. And then my father passed away 2 years ago to COVID, and so I had to take over all bills and all household, and it just became overwhelming. So I was trying to figure out something that I could do that I didn't have to leave the house and leave my kids and still be able to bring in something while still being present for everyone else. And so when I started It Works just to lose the weight, I was really just wanting to build my confidence to be able to speak. And oh, I'm sorry, I just saw the COVID. But be able to speak in front of people without like looking at myself and being like, oh my gosh, my face is so fat, or like something like that. I just needed some confidence about myself. So once I found it, I went back to Hannah and I was like, I couldn't afford it at the moment. And then she just popped in there that one night a couple weeks ago and was like, you can do it for $24. And I was like, oh, I can do it for $24.
I love it. I am so glad I was able to get you on board on that one. That's what I wanted, is someone who really needed the business for $24. You know,
Yes.
yeah, it didn't matter to me which kit you got. It's that you're here now and you're doing amazing. So I'm so glad we got you in. Hold on. Let me pull up my questions because my I call it my COVID brain fog because I'm on the mend here. But so if you give everyone a little tip, like so you've signed 4 customers already, right? Like, what do you
Mhm.
think is working for you? How do you think you're signing those customers? Can you give us a tip?
So for me personally, I personalize everything. I don't know what it's called. I feel everything. Like if you're crying, I'm crying. If you're happy, I'm happy. Like I just feel everything. And so when I'm talking to people, I've learned that I sell better when I try to relate with you through anything that we have in common. And a lot of the women that I've signed subscriptions for, a lot of us have struggled with either anxiety or depression about our weight and other things like that. And I'm a big advocate for suicide awareness and all this because I've struggled with it for years. And so once I start getting into emotional with them and saying, you're going to do so great, you're going to feel so better, and we kind of get a connection on a different level, I think it helps them to trust me. And then I send them my actual journey, to tell them, like, yes, this is where I started and this is where I am now. It only took me 2, 3 months to get here. And so if I can do it, you can definitely do it. And I think that helps.
I That is amazing. That is perfect. I try and be relatable as much as possible because you're right. Like that's what people want, is to be heard and everything. And you're just doing such an amazing job of being
Thank
that
you.
friend to your potential customers, and it's working. It's working because they obviously trust you, and yeah, you're doing a great job. So proud of you. But I think that is it. Thank you so much for getting on here, Mariah. I'm going to hand it back to you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. I'm doing too many things at once. I muted myself on the wrong device. Okay. It's okay. We're rolling with it. Oh my gosh, guys, that was a great tip. Like Sandy, I just love your spirit. I love your heart. I love how that just comes out every time you open your mouth. Like it just warms my heart. I just feel fuzzy listening to you. And Abby, girl, I don't believe you that you've only been here a week. Okay. That was like a professional answer. You're freaking killing it. I'm so excited. You guys are amazing. So let me I'm going to bring in Alicia. I am so excited that she's going to come and chat with you guys. I'm not going to spoil too much of her story, but she did just sign a customer yesterday and hasn't in a minute. So before we jump into your tip on how you did that, I want you to give me a quick introduction. What's your name? How long you been in the business? And then why you joined.
Hello, my name is Alicia. I have been in it with It Works for about 3 years from now. 3 years. So I started in 2020. I started because I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't start right away when the person that came to me, who's not my upline now, she's no longer here, but when she invited me the first time, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. It's not something I want to do. But then when she started to come back the third time, that's when I said yes, because just like not having the money, I didn't have the $99, as she would say. So I started the business at $45, I believe. I started the business at $45. And the fact that I was able to get a business kit, I could save money by doing that. And so that's when I started.
I love it. I love it. And so I know you're going to tell us like the actual tip of what you did to go sign that customer, like how we're making it happen. But before, I want you just to share a little bit about your shift. I know we've worked really close off and on for a minute now, and we're doing something different here. You're doing something and you finally really committed to that. And I want you to briefly talk about that shift that we just went through.
Okay, so like I said, I've been in this business for 3 years, and with the 3 years I've been here, I have not been consistent. I have basically been like, Mariah smacked me in the face the other day. She's just like, you might have just lost sight of your dream. You lost what you started for. Basically, you're so stuck in having to survive and everything like that. And at that time, I believed her. She was right. And so when I see people messaging me, hey, Alicia, hey, I want this, I want that. I don't answer them right away. I wait for, I don't know why. That's where my self-sabotage comes in and where I'm not being consistent. But we got to a point where she asked me to write down something. So I wrote down basically, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Where do I want to see myself? Like literally, what do I want? And I wrote it down. And the thing was, when I read it to my kids, because she said, read it to your kids. So I read it to my kids, but that made it real. That made it real, and that made it legit. So from that day I read it, I decided to just, you know what? There's no way I'm gonna let it go. What I'm gonna run to is I'm running away. I'm running away from not being able to pay the bills. I'm running away from not being able to get a freaking $1.69 muffin. I'm freaking running, and I'm running like hell. And so what I did was I literally stepped to the side. I stepped to the freaking side, and I followed what to do. I always knew what to do, but this time it was different. My mindset is different. And I watched a video that Laura put up there, and it was an awesome video. It was a short video. She's like, we can do this first shift in 15 minutes. And she did it in 10 seconds. But it was just an awesome video. And the whole time I'm doing my shift, I actually heard Laura, come on, you can do it. Just 15 seconds, you know? And so that's why I went off, and I just follow the steps.
I love it. And it's you get your mind right and then you do the work. We love to overcomplicate it, but when you really boil it down, you get out of your way, you believe you can, you do the work. So That's pretty much how you wrote your customer. You got out your own way, you did the work, and then it turned into results, and it turned into results quickly. Like we had these talks and like, we were like, okay, let's do this thing on the second. Guys, she signed a customer on the second, right? Like that same day. It's not like she was like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to put my toes in. I'm going to do it. Like, if you want to do this, guys, it's not like you have to start building a business today that you get paid from later. You can start getting customers tonight. You have plenty of time. If you set your mind to it and go out and do the work, it can convert that quickly. That's why it's so important to get your mindset right first, to have that belief and direction of where you're going, because it can get you that quick result. So the last thing really quick before we pass it over, if you could get everyone on here like one piece of like word of encouragement, what would that be?
Definitely work on mindset. Like I do affirmations. I started doing it. I also, like, when I did a pivot, I started doing TikToks and stuff more, just so I can get more different things, do different clientele. Because like I said, I've been here for 3 years talking to the same people. So basically just be consistent, work on your mindset, and bug the heck out of your upline, because I didn't do it because I would think I'm bugging her. I don't want to bother her. I'm like, you're a mom too. But no, she wants us to.
Yes. I love it. And you guys, success leaves clues, okay? That is the second person on here who's come and told you out of like 3 to go and bug your upline. So get out of this at least that you need to go blow somebody up. Okay, if you don't have an upline, find yourself an accountability partner, a sideline that you're going to run with, blow them up. There's someone in this business that's going to be there to answer your questions and care for you. Use that as a resource, okay? So we're going to keep it rolling, and Kelly, you're the next name I see. So I'm going to ask you to come off mute, you guys. I'm blown away by Kelly. She joined at the end of last month. It was like her 2 weeks, and when Hannah was pushing for diamond and we needed another ruby. And so me and Hannah were like going to try to like just build a ruby, right? Like you got to do that sometimes. And I just felt something, I was praying about it, and I just felt something being like, message Kelly. Let's see what she thinks. And so I literally messaged Kelly on like the 26th last month. And I was like, hey, do you want to go ruby in like a week? I know it probably sounds like a lot and crazy, but like, do you want to do this thing? When I tell you, this girl, she was like, I didn't join to sit on the sideline. Okay. She completed a builder bonus and went executive in a week by herself. Okay. So she showed up and showed out. And I'm so excited to hear a little bit about how you did that. So real quick, will you just introduce yourself? Well, I guess you don't have to say how long you've been here. She's been here about 2 weeks. And tell us why you joined.
Oh, I joined for financial freedom. I'm a single mom, or I've been a single mom for a while. And of course I'm dating someone, but the financial responsibility falls on me. So that's why. That's why I
love
started.
it. I love it.
And
I feel like I tell moms this all the
I wanted
time.
to lose weight. So, and I found the opportunity to do both.
Yes, I love it. And I feel like I love seeing moms hop on here too, because I feel like anytime you ask a mom about this business, it's always the most selfless answer. Like I've never heard a mom hop on here and be like, well, like I want to get my nails done. Like it's always something like, I just want my kids to have more. And
Yes.
I love that, because that just really keeps you focused on where you're going so differently. And so
Yes.
I love that. Now I want you to share, what are you doing? Like, how did you go and sign all of the customers? I mean, you signed one today already. Like, what are you doing that's working right now?
Like Abby, I think it was Abby. I relate to everyone I talk to. So I'm pretty empathic, and I'm a people person. So it's really easy when they come back and they say, I'm afraid that this isn't going to work, or, that's a lot of money. And I'm going, girl, I know. But let me tell you what it's done for me in 2 weeks. And I share my weight loss, and, I share some of my past and struggles when they share theirs. So, and then they're just in there after that. And I have customers that I've signed and they've received their products, and they're texting me and they're like, hey, I got the stuff. I'm so excited. And I'm like, I'm so excited too. So I can't wait to see, so I just relate to them. And I think that's huge, because everybody wants someone to relate to.
Yes. And I feel like that's something that's so hard for us to grasp a lot of times. It's like making those connections. And I just want to like take half a second to say to you and to Abby, like, kudos to you guys for grasping that so early. That's going to make such a difference in your business. And both of them, you guys are out here killing it. And both of them said, and I know Sandy's used our products too, and everyone's over here talking about how those results make a difference. Okay. I sign way more customers when I'm talking about my personal results and the results I've gotten. So be a product of the products, okay? Every single one of you run an auto ship this month, get something to try, to have in your hands, and it makes such a difference. So the last thing really quick, love, if you could give everyone like one word of encouragement as they're pushing for their goals this month, what would that be?
Don't give up on yourself. And remember why you started.
Oh my goodness. So good. Thank you so much for hopping on and sharing with us. We're going to keep rolling and we're going to end close to on time. I thought we were going to run over, but I'm loving it. So I'm so excited to bring Allison in again, another powerhouse, just came out of the woodworks and absolutely like ran her business. She did a builder bonus in her first month. She went Ruby in her second month and just earned the $500 Ruby bonus that I know so many of you guys are pushing for this month. So they definitely want to hear from you, girl. So first off, will you just introduce yourself really quick? You've been in the business 2 months, so I already took that question from you, but and talk really quickly on why you joined.
Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Yes? Okay, great. I'm Allison. I joined at the end of July, so it's probably been about 2 months or so. And the reason why I joined was because my son is about to be 7 months, and I basically was looking for a stay-at-home job so I could just stay home with him, but also make income. And that's what I potentially first wanted to do. So I just, was scrolling through social media, and I was just looking at different girls' posts on social media, and I just, I just got into it, I guess, per se. I was so interested in it, and I just wanted to take a leap of faith. So I just went for it, and it has been great for me so far. I have loved doing this. I love helping people, just in general to reach their weight loss goals, but also to, meet others, like some of the others were saying, that are sort of on the same plane or the same track. So I can sort of relate to them as well. So that's pretty much how long I've been in the business for, and why I decided to join.
I love it. And go ahead, keep rolling and give us what you're doing. What's working for you? How did you get Ruby done last month? How are you signing the customers? We want to hear the whole thing.
Okay. What has worked for me so far is just consistency and host to post, getting those out, having, other people post for you is just a blessing because you're getting your customers in from different directions, not just your friends, but other people's friends. And that has worked for me a lot. Definitely the gummy post that just came out, get as many hosted posts as you can out, and that really brings in a lot of people. But also, I do go back and, for people who posted for me before, I ask them again, but also offer them the business as well. And that's also worked for me really well as well. And just pushing for my goals and knowing that I can reach it is the biggest thing that I could give, like, for advice for anyone, that even when you feel like, it's not really working out right now, or not today or not tomorrow, that it will work out. It's like we've said, you plant so many seeds and you're going to have the harvest in the end. So for any encouragement to keep on going, that's what I would, advise for people.
Oh my goodness, that was so good. Okay, so I want you guys to drop like fire emojis or like the number 5. I don't know why I feel like that's close to fire. So drop something in the chat to celebrate these ladies, because this was Amazing. I gotta ask you guys, ladies, the 5 of you who spoke, did any of you have notes? Because I feel like all of you just were over here talking, and I'm like, I have notes. You guys are insane. I'm so proud of you and the way you all showed up, got uncomfortable, got on screen, shared what was working. You guys are truly amazing. I love it. And the cool thing is we're doing this same thing, a Spotlight Zoom next quarter. And so as much as I loved everyone's story that we heard tonight, I don't want to hear from them next quarter. I want to hear from you next quarter. I want to hear from the next Ruby and the next executive and the next person that is showing up consistently, doing the things in their business, having those wins, and you stay on the track that you're on right now, and you can be one of those being spotlighted, because I believe every single one of you is here for a reason. I believe that this is the time, okay? If you are not Ruby, you're getting your dang booty to Ruby in the next 60 days, guys. Especially if you're new, you're still in your quick start period, it's $1,300 in bonuses just to go Ruby, okay? There's absolutely no reason not to figure it the heck out on however we have to do it to make it happen. And if you're not in your quick start period, you're still looking at $50 bonus, $50 bonus, $50 bonus on the way to that $500 Ruby bonus, okay? You guys are amazing. Keep showing up consistently for your business, and I promise it's all going to come together. So I'm going to go ahead and pray us out, and then I will have this recording up on YouTube tonight. So dear Lord Jesus, thank you so much for this space where we get to come together every week and grow more in our knowledge of business, of ourselves, and hopefully a little bit closer to you as well. I'm just so thankful for the 5 ladies that were spotlighted tonight and all that you're doing in their business, the way that you're changing their lives, and more so the way that you're using their lives to change and impact others. And I'm so thankful for everyone else on here as they are fighting and growing, and they're doing remarkable things. They're breaking through walls, they're climbing mountains, and they're just fighting for a better future. And I know that the more we put our hands to, the more seeds that we plant, the stronger and greater the blessing that is coming. And I am so excited to watch your story unfold in each and every one of their lives. Dear Lord Jesus, we ask for all the blessings. We give you all the thanks. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome week, and we'll see you back on later.
Love you.